Walker, long three, got it!
There goes Davis!
Oh my God!
Davis is going to run it all the way back! Auburn's going to win the football game! Auburn's going to win the football game!
You are now immersed in the Auburn Unfiltered podcast. Listen in each week where we talk unbiased, real, in-your-face conversation about Auburn sports and other topics from time to time. Now here to present your host, Darrell Rich.
What's up, everyone? Auburn family, college football world. I am your host, Darrell Rich from Auburn Unfiltered, where we talk unbiased, real, honest, in-your-face conversation about Auburn sports and other topics from time to time. And here today, we're discussing none other than head football coach of the Auburn Tigers, Bryan Harsin, who has recently been the recipient of several attacks by the sports media and college football fans everywhere for assumed recklessness given their megalomaniacal expectations. Recently, he sat down for an interview giving his thoughts on the matter, as well as some things about the team that sets the stage for the upcoming season. And I have a couple points from things I heard from this interview that I'd like to discuss with you guys. I feel as if this interview went over a lot of people's heads, where it seemed they were only focused on what they wanted to hear, when there was more than what meets the eye with Bryan Harsin when giving his takes. But let's get into it.
I am not anti-vaccine, and any narrative along those lines is misinformed. I fully support the choice for anyone to vaccinate, also support getting reliable data-driven information into the hands of those who still have questions about the vaccine.
Now, Bryan Harsin here establishes his position with his view on COVID-19 by wanting order and structure to the given narrative. Given that COVID is a presumed crisis that has riddled the world, the way you fix that is a plan of action. And that's what Bryan Harsin is wanting. You don't willingly give into it. You evaluate the problem and you then assess solutions. But people nowadays, whenever you discuss COVID, run for your lives! Someone save us! Like, Harsin just wants order and or plan and information that is right, reliable, trusting, and imperative. Because when something is not given explanation, why trust it? And some of these people are just deciding to get the vaccine, do everything the media and the government tells us, though each of them has proven many times before they can't be trusted. And bimbos and idiots like Joseph Goodman, Andrew Hughes, Caroline Gebert, or Gebhard, like I don't even know what your name is. You sure do get Gebhard. These people and whoever else were labeling Bryan Harsin's actions as reckless or exuding lack of character. Like hell, the way these guys are ridiculing him and bashing him about this COVID thing, you would think Bryan Harsin is Rochelle Walensky, the director over the CDC. But he's not. Like, it's crazy. You can't put onus on a coach whose expertise is coaching and expect him to know something that's not in their playing field. Like, you wouldn't expect a civilian to know how to be a soldier in the US military. But it seems like this logic is thrown out the window for this situation. But when Nick Saban or Ryan Day contracted COVID-19, all we heard was, Nick Saban, I hope you get well. Ryan Day, I hope you get better. I swear, sports media today act like some bitches now, man, with the way they constantly complain and keep a magnifying glass on people. Especially this situation with Bryan Harsin, watching his every move, every step, waiting for one little thing, one slip up, mistake, or assumed contrivance for you to go on and burn him at the stake. Making these articles saying things like, we knew it, Bryan Harsin ain't a leader. He's not what Auburn needs for their program. He sucks. He coached at trash Boise State. The fuck out of here with these megalomaniacal contrivances. Like, as sports fans, why we care to listen to this shit anymore? We know these guys are one-sided, single-minded, simple-minded, getting paid behind closed doors and sucking someone off, so why even bother? It really do be on us. But let's continue.
And then, you have some of these more experienced players that come in here and they're like, this is what we do. And so I think that's what's helped those transfers. And I think that's one of the benefit of a transfer is, they kind of understand, what it's supposed to look like. And so, hey, this is what we do. And they're able to get to a lot of just the things that are necessary faster.
Now, Bryan Harsin gave his take about the transfer players that have made their way from the program. Now, a lot of people, when looking at this situation, may tend to look at this at surface level, stating the obvious about the impact of the transfer players Auburn has received and what will be their role this upcoming season. But what most people won't think about is how this translates to Bryan Harsin's psyche. His way of awareness, which reveals Bryan Harsin's potential as a coach for the future of this program. This is, to me, already a genius move he's made on the chessboard. Bryan Harsin understood when being named the head coach at Auburn and coming there, while Auburn was at, given the cataclysm of situations that befell Auburn, with them having a terrible season last year, to them firing Gus Malzahn, to players leaving the program, to losing recruits, no foundation, no identity. And Bryan Harsin found a way with his coaching staff to turn that around by bringing some guys, if they fit the bill, that want to compete, want to win, and who have experience. And guys like Drashawn Miller, a Retorius Torrance, a Tony Fair, a Badarius Knighton, a Brandon Council, etc. And given where Auburn's at, this can help bridge the gap to next season, because Auburn seemed like a team, given what all that happened, someone left for dead. And now has a chance to hopefully salvage a season worthy of the Auburn faithful. But let's get on to our final point.
But Bo is rolling with the Blues right now. We played a game right now. Bo would be starting.
Now, this is kind of obvious that this will be one of the main points discussed in this video, but it's for a reason. Because what this does is clear all the rubble, all the talk, all the speculation on who will be starting. And if you guys watched this interview, you would have seen when being asked this question, Bryan Harsin smirked a bit, kind of gave, "Man, I knew this was coming" expression. But either way, we know now that Bo Nix is a starter for this Auburn football team, which he should. He is deserving. He has the most experience. He is for right now the better quarterback and does rank up there as one of the top QBs in the SEC. And I know a lot of people hearing that will try to call me delusional or a dumbass, but I don't care. I was hearing a lot of shit talk from the Auburn family, even some sentiments from other Auburn content creators like The War Report, the Locked On Auburn podcast, and others not connected to Auburn, but the J-Boy Show and Saturday Down South's College Football Uncensored podcast, and some trolling by other college football fans about Bo Nix and how he's not good and he's trash and maybe TJ Finley should start, or just throw away all the QBs because they all suck. But Bryan Harsin put that to rest. Though he did rave about TJ Finley as well as Demetrius Davis. And if you guys watched the interview and the way Harsin described Davis, Bryan Harsin seems to think that what Davis possesses, given the situation, will want him to one day have him lead that Auburn offense. But we'll see. We will see. But when watching this interview and hearing Bryan Harsin, this dude's a man's man, seems to have control over the situation, wants it his way, but wants it right and morally sound. Not really charismatic with the smoke and lights and mirrors and all that, but more a seriousness to him with the character and attire. And I do believe Bryan has the findings in becoming one of the best coaches to ever do it. But I believe it's time to wrap up this episode for today, you guys. So for the Auburn family, college football family, sports family, I hope the rest of you guys' day goes swell. What are you guys' questions, comments, concerns? Feel free to leave your comments down in the comment section below. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share if you want. God bless. And always, War Eagle.